Good morning, YouTube. This is Tom, Negotiating with Jesus. We've done a few songs I was going to do. Wish You Were Here. I'll do that another time. Today I'm going to do one of my songs. The reason we're here is to play music, but also to write music. So all the great songwriters, all this high level, or people who have followers, have talent, are gifted, are in this top echelon. I'm an average player. I'm in the bottom echelon. But I think you get to sing and play anyway. You get to do all the things they get to do. You just don't get to make money or play for thousands of adoring, screaming fans. So we're going to just, I'm just going to tell you how I wrote one of my songs. So I'm going to write songs that kind of have Bible stories in them. It's something that I like. So I wrote a song. If you would open up your Bible to Matthew 3, you'd find the story of this prophet, John the Baptizer, John the Baptist. And he's just like someone on a street corner yelling about climate change. He's a prophetic voice. He looks crazy. He's yelling about stuff. Why aren't you guys paying attention? And it could be any political issue today. This is exactly the same thing humans have done through all history. So John's a prophet. He's yelling that the king is coming. And he's the prophet who introduces Jesus in the New Testament in Matthew. So Matthew 3, they tell a little bit about him. He's got one chapter in the entire book. He's got one chapter. Matthew 3, he's in the desert. So I like the story. I love John the Baptist. Now John ends up being killed, imprisoned and killed for his convictions. That's a great hero story. It's not a story that ends well for him. He gets his head chopped off and put on a silver platter because Herodias' daughter asked for John the Baptist's head on a platter. And the king grants the request. So it's a crazy story. I love the story. So we're going to use our voices. I believe this is going to be a songwriting channel ultimately. Right now it's just a playing channel. I'm doing just exercises. And so today I'm going to tell you how I wrote this song, why I wrote it, whatever. I wrote it because it's a fun story. My songs, I try and have some kind of introduction of what's the story. And I just make it up. You just make things up. It's what we do all the time anyway. So I call the song Backwood John because that's just what came out of my head. I tried, for the life of me, I tried to get to Baptizer John or John the Baptist, to change it what everybody knows. No one knows him as Backwood John. But for the life of me, I was stuck with that. So you live with it. Okay. So the way you write a song, you just come up with a phrase that you like. You find something you like, a story that you like, a phrase you like, and you say, that's it. That's my foundation. So my song was somehow using your voice, because your voice is your best instrument. You sing and talk all the time. You don't carry your guitar with you in the shower. You do carry your voice, so you use your voice. I know a man, they call him Backwood John, living on bugs, shouting out, it won't be long. Somehow that was the seed phrase that I came to. And I put a tune to it. I know a man, they call him Backwood John. He's living on bugs and shouting out, it won't be long. So, and then you find out. You figure out chords to go with it. So I also came up with a riff. Is that stolen? I don't know. Who cares? If it's Beethoven's Fifth Symphony, I can use it. I get to use whatever I want. They can sue me, they can throw me in jail, then that's part of my story. This guy writes a song. It relies heavily on Beethoven's Fifth. He spends his life in prison. Well, now I'll be able to write songs because I'm in prison. I'll be able to write songs. I'll do it in my head. My story is going to be whatever it is. Who cares? Now, when you do a riff, I've noticed that the same riff plays on the A string. On the E string, my feel was E minor. It wasn't major, it was E minor. Which is the same as the G pentatonic. So I started the song in E minor, and then I decided that a key change would be fun. I ended up in A minor. And I sing the song. So my format for songwriting is you just write down some words. You play around with it, you try, it's fun. You try it. You don't worry about, am I going to be a star? No, I'm average. I don't spend 8 hours a day playing. I'm not going to be a star. My format is always, I write down songs and then I put chords, names on top. I'm not a tab guy. Tab was invented later. I was a chord guy. So I chord out songs, and then if I have a riff, I have to memorize it. I don't do sheet music. I don't transcribe it. I have to just memorize it. So these past couple years, I've been doing exercises every day and playing notes using pentatonic scale, and then I do my songs. So I have one album, 8 songs. If I die with 8 songs, good enough, who cares? But I'll have participated and it's fun, and I encourage you to do it. It's fun. If you play music just for yourself, it's pretty fun. If you ever get to play for a couple other people, it's pretty terrifying. Then you find out what it takes to push through and be great. It takes more than I've ever offered. It takes diligent practice, day after day. So that's what I'm trying to do, an hour a day, diligent practice. And it's getting me somewhere. Back with John. So I came up with a riff. I came up with an idea. The story of John is, I know this guy. He lives in the woods, in the mountains, in the desert, in the wilderness. So you read Matthew 3 and you find out all these details. He lives on locust and wild honey. So he's living on bugs. I write this song. He's shouting out, "It won't be long." So this you can pull from the story, and you just start making things up, and you can start playing with rhymes, things like that. But I'm going to get more into songwriting as this channel moves along. And I'll go through my songs, and then at some point, I'll just write some songs, and if a community forms, maybe we'll write as some kind of team or some kind of group and just have fun enjoying what music is. So, up in the mountains where you wouldn't, up in the mountains where you wouldn't walk alone by the bank of the river, lives a lonely soul. So it's a song about a guy who's out in the wilderness. He's alone. He lives by a river. He's going to end up baptizing people. He has to live by water because he has to dunk people. It's just this great story. So I took parts of it and made it into my little poem, my little storytelling of John the Baptist. He's got a message. Don't you call him a liar. Take a dip in the water. People are catching fire. He's got a message. Don't you call him a liar. Take a dip in the water. People are catching fire. So I threw a little riff in, and this song just developed. But so today I'm going to try and close up here in a minute. And then I decided to change keys. So many coming. What do they want to hear? They walk away different. Are they changed by faith or fear? I know a man, they call him Backward John. He's living on bugs and he's shouting out, it won't be long. He don't hear a word unless it comes from the Lord. Now listen, Backward John. So, writing songs is where we're going. Your songs are good enough. If you like them, play them. That's the whole point of this. We're going to be average people. I am average, and yet I get to participate in this amazing process of writing songs. Riffs, are they stolen? I don't know. I can't do all the research required to confirm that I'm the best that there ever was. I'll just accept I get to make up riffs. They might be stolen, I don't know. So, because I've practiced a lot, I know how to change chords. I can do pull-ups. I can do the little bendy string thing. There's that. We'll get back to this song throughout the week. I'm gonna continue my exercises every day. You got to do this every day. You got an hour. Let's do it.